The galaxy stood at the edge of war. Across Council space, alien worlds prepared defenses. Warships were recalled. Military leaders shouted commands. Civilians begged for safety. But deep down, everyone knew. No army could stop what was coming. The Terran fleet now filled the stars. Their warships moved like ghosts, silent, cold, perfect. No wasted energy. No mercy. The Council called an emergency meeting. Its last. Inside the chamber, every screen showed the same image. Earth's fleet, waiting at the borders. A final message arrived. It wasn't a threat. It wasn't even long. It was just 3 words. Make your choice. Commander Xirak stood, face red with fury. We fight. No species tells us what to do. But most others were silent. Tarlon, the old scientist, spoke at last, his voice calm, heavy. We mocked them. We attacked them. We stole from them. And still, they gave us chances. He turned to the rest. This isn't about control. It's about consequences. Some council members still refused to accept it, until something happened. A broadcast. It came from a world called Rethan Prime, a major council colony. Everyone watched as the skies above Rethan darkened. Terran ships appeared in orbit. No weapons fired. Instead, the entire planet's power grid went dark. Then their weapons stopped working. Then their ships shut down, all without a single shot. And then, every screen across the galaxy lit up. A human general appeared. He spoke softly. We didn't come to rule. We came to end the cycle. The raids. The lies. The cruelty. You called us savages. You treated us like pests. But all we wanted was peace. He leaned forward. You laughed at our warships. Now, look up. On hundreds of worlds, alien citizens looked to the sky and saw the black shapes of Terran warships above them, waiting, watching. Mercy or wrath. It was their choice now. The Council finally answered. A new message was sent, signed by all species. It read, "The war is over. We surrender. Earth will never be challenged again." And so, without firing a final shot, humanity won. The war ended before it truly began. Across the galaxy, peace returned. But it was a peace built on fear and respect. Humans didn't ask for power. But now, no one dared take it from them. On Earth, Commander Reyes looked at the stars and said quietly, "They should have left us alone." The galaxy held its breath. The Council demanded answers. Dozens of warships were on alert. Every telescope watched the silent human warship as it slowly drifted closer to the Council's outer border. No one knew what it would do next. And then, something happened. A signal. A message. Not in code. Not in symbols. In clear galactic standard, understood by every race in the galaxy. It was Earth. A human face appeared on every major communication network. A woman in a black uniform. Calm. Focused. The same woman who was seen on the warship by the mercenary Varkal. But now, everyone could hear her speak. Her words were clear and cold. To the Galactic Council, this is Commander Reyes of the Terran Defense Authority. You attacked our colonies. You stole our people. You laughed at our silence. We warned you before. You ignored it. She paused. Her eyes scanned the camera. Every alien watching felt like she was staring through them. This ship is only the first. It is not our best. It is not our strongest. It is simply the one that arrived first. If you fire again, if you even threaten another human life, the consequences will not be war. She leaned closer. It will be extinction. The signal ended. Panic erupted across Council worlds. Protests, mass evacuations, riots. News networks argued endlessly. Some believed it was a bluff. Others remembered the erasure of 2 cruisers, without sound, without warning. The Council met in emergency session. This is madness. Commander Xirak shouted. "We must strike them first." But the scientist Tarlan spoke up again, trembling. "You don't understand," he whispered. "The ship isn't here to threaten us. It's here to watch, to count. Every move we make is being recorded. And if we act?" a general asked. Tarlan looked up, pale. "Then the rest of their fleet will come." Far away, in deep space, old Earth satellites activated. Hidden relay stations lit up. Forgotten deep space gates turned toward alien space. The galaxy didn't know it yet, but Earth was no longer isolated. They had prepared, waited, watched. And now they were ready. Back on the mining colony, the humans were silent, their voices low, their eyes on the stars. One old man looked up at the dark shape above and said, "They wanted to see our strength. Now they'll see our resolve." The voice was calm, human, female, and cold. Back on Earth, no celebrations were made. No one claimed victory. Because this was not a war. Not yet. It was only a warning. The galaxy was shaken. News of the human warship spread faster than light. All major council worlds received the same shocking footage. A single human ship arriving, saying nothing, and erasing a powerful alien cruiser with one flash of red light. Not damaged, not destroyed. Erased. In the Galactic Council chamber, the mood had changed. There were no jokes now. No laughter. Only silence, confusion, and fear. "How did they do that?" whispered a nervous general. No energy surge. No warning. The ship didn't even charge its weapons. Commander Xirak slammed his fist on the table. It must be a trick. A hidden fleet. Humans can't build anything that powerful. Not alone. But others weren't so sure. On a hidden moon base orbiting Council space, a group of alien scientists worked day and night. Their goal: understand the human ship. "We've never seen tech like this," one said, studying the signal logs. "It bends gravity near it. Our drones malfunction just by getting close." "They're not jamming us," another added. "The ship changes how our sensors work. It reshapes our understanding of space." Meanwhile, orbiting the mining colony, the human ship remained still. No sound, no signal, just its dark steel hull reflecting starlight. Local alien fleets kept their distance. No one dared approach. But curiosity grew. Who was inside the ship? Was it AI? A secret crew? Was it even alive? Desperate for answers, a new drone was sent, one unlike the others. A stealth scout, designed to move undetected, silent as a whisper. It approached carefully. 100 kilometers, 50 kilometers, 20 kilometers. Still, the human ship didn't move. Its engines stayed cold. Its weapons were quiet. The alien commander watching the drone felt confident. Maybe it's just a scare tactic. An empty shell. The drone moved in closer, only 5 kilometers now. Then, it stopped. No explosion, no beam, no sign of attack. It simply froze. All signals lost. Cameras dead. No return data. And then something worse happened. The drone turned around, by itself, and began flying back. But it wasn't under alien control anymore. It returned to its base, docked perfectly, and broadcasted one sentence in a cold human voice. "Do not send another." Everyone watching the feed froze. How? The alien engineers gasped. How did they hack it? There was no code transmission. One scientist whispered, "It didn't hack our drone. It took its mind." The council panicked. Emergency meetings began. They contacted Earth. But Earth didn't respond. Instead, a new message appeared across military channels. "This sector is under Earth jurisdiction. Aggression will be met with force." Back on the mining colony, the people finally relaxed. They looked to the sky, where the ship still floated. To them, it was no longer a warship. It was a guardian. But the alien fleets didn't see it that way. They saw a ghost ship, silent, powerful, and unpredictable. A warship that didn't speak. A warship that didn't warn. A warship that simply appeared and ended things. The Council had one question left. What happens if it decides to move again? The Galactic Council's chamber was filled with light, laughter, and pride. Dozens of alien species sat in high chairs of gold and crystal. They looked down on a large screen showing images from Earth, one of humanity's warships floating in space. "Is this a joke?" laughed Commander Xerak, a tall insectoid with razor-sharp mandibles. "This thing is what humans call a warship." Another voice joined in. "It looks like a cargo ship with guns taped on." More laughter echoed across the hall. The Eldari, the Zarn, the Krell, species that had ruled the stars for centuries, all mocked this strange ship. They had seen advanced fleets before. Theirs, with sleek plasma weapons and cloaking shields. But this, it looked slow, heavy, and outdated. An old hologram played of a human warship test. The cannons fired. The explosion was strong, but nothing special by galactic standards. The Council roared even louder. "Let them send these old machines," one counselor said. "It'll be good target practice." But not everyone laughed. Sitting quietly in the back was Tarlon, a small, quiet species known for intelligence, not war. He leaned toward his datapad, eyes scanning Earth's history. His fingers moved fast, pulling up old records, battles, victories, human survival rates. He frowned. "Humans," he whispered, "don't build pretty ships. They build survivors." The Council didn't listen. Their attention turned to a small colony far from Earth, an old mining world under attack. A weak signal had come from there just hours ago. "Help us," the message said. "We are under attack by raiders. We can't hold out." But it was just a mining colony. Not important. Not powerful. The Council ignored it. What they didn't know was that the colony had sent one more message, directly to Earth. 2 days later, a signal appeared near the colony. A single ship dropped from faster-than-light travel. It did not answer hails. It gave no ID. It simply arrived and floated in orbit. It was the same ship the Council had laughed at. A Council scout ship was already nearby. They scanned the vessel from a distance. "Strange," the captain muttered. "No energy spikes. No heat. But it's big. Really big." He tried to connect again. "Unidentified vessel. Respond." Silence. He zoomed in the camera. The hull was thick, ugly even, covered in old-style plating. But then he saw something he didn't expect. The hull was scared. Burn marks, blade dents, even a few craters. This ship had fought before, and survived. Suddenly, the scout ship's systems glitched. Lights flickered. Gravity wobbled. "What's going on?" The ship's engineer shouted. "It's coming from them. Their ship is messing with us somehow." Back in the Council chamber, the mood changed. The laughter was gone. They sent more scouts. Drones. Observers. But none came close. Every drone that approached froze. Shut down. Some even vanished completely. The Council called an emergency session. "It must be a bluff," said Commander Xerak. "They're trying to scare us." "Then why hasn't it moved?" Another asked. "Why hasn't it said anything?" Still, there was silence from the ship. In orbit, the mining colony's people stared up in fear and hope. They had heard stories of Earth's defense force, but no one had ever actually seen them in action, not like this. Tarlon, still studying Earth's war history, found something strange. "Look at this," he said, sending the data to the Council. "On Earth, when humans go to war, they don't send messages. They don't ask for surrender. They just end the fight." He read stories of Earth's past battles, of humans fighting while outnumbered, outgunned, and still winning, of weapons no one else used, of silent ships that destroy planets with just one command. Back in orbit, the human ship moved for the first time. Slowly, it rotated, pointing one of its large weapons at a nearby enemy ship. Still no energy spike, no sign of attack. But the Council fleet commander panicked. "Move back. Pull the ships away from that thing." Too late. There was a flash. No sound. A beam of red light blinked for just a second. When it faded, the enemy ship was gone. Not destroyed. Gone. No parts. No fire. Just empty space. Panic spread like fire. The alien fleets scattered. Ships bumped into each other trying to escape. Some fired at the human ship out of fear. The blasts hit, but nothing happened. The human ship did not return fire. It just stayed still, floating calmly in space. One of the alien commanders whispered, "It didn't even try. It just deleted a warship." The council chamber was silent now. All eyes were locked on the live feed from the colony. The human ship, the one they had mocked, had not moved again. It simply remained in orbit, watching. A new message appeared on the colony's screen. "This area is under Earth's protection. Interference will not be tolerated." The alien fleets hovered far from the human ship, keeping a wide distance. None dared move closer. None dared speak to it again. The warship hadn't moved in hours, but its silence felt louder than any weapon. Across dozens of council war rooms, generals argued. "We should strike first," growled Commander Xirak. "Overwhelm it with numbers before it becomes a real threat." Others disagreed. What if that wasn't its full power? What if there's more? Tensions grew. On the mining colony, the people watched the silent ship in orbit. They didn't know what would happen next. They only knew one thing. When it arrived, the raiders vanished, and safety returned. Back in space, a bold alien captain made a decision. Without waiting for orders, he moved his cruiser closer to the human ship. "Let's see how strong it really is," he said. His crew hesitated but followed. The alien cruiser locked weapons. It charged its plasma cannons. Shields went up. Still, the human ship didn't move. "Fire," the captain ordered. 2 plasma blasts shot forward, bright blue streaks heading straight for the silent warship. They hit. Smoke spread for a moment. But when it cleared, everyone froze. The human ship's armor didn't even have a scratch. "No way," the alien gunner whispered. Before anyone could react, the human ship responded, not with words, not with warnings. With precision. One turret moved. Slowly, smoothly, like it was alive. Then, a red light blinked once. Boom! The alien cruiser was gone. Not damaged, not broken. Just gone. Erased from space. No explosion. No debris. Just empty black. The fleets watching scattered in fear. Panic took over. "Fall back," someone screamed. "Don't shoot again. It's awake." Dozens of ships turned to flee. But the human ship did not chase. It stayed still, cold, calm, and terrifying. On council homeworlds, fear spread like wildfire. Civilians saw the footage. Riots broke out. People demanded answers. "Why did we mock them?" they asked. "Why didn't we stop them before they built such ships?" Back at the council chamber, Tarlon, the quiet scientist, spoke again. "This isn't just a warship," he said. "It's a message." Commander Xirak growled. "A message of war." Tarlon shook his head. "No, a message of punishment." The other council members fell silent. Then, for the first time since the ship arrived, it moved. The engines lit up. No sound, just a soft white glow. The ship turned slowly, not toward the fleeing alien fleet, but toward the council's direction. A chill ran through every commander watching. On the colony below, the humans sent a single message. "The ship is not here to start a war. It's here to finish one." The human ship began moving. It didn't rush. It didn't chase. It simply turned, drifting through space like a predator that knew it didn't need to hurry. The Galactic Council was in chaos. "It's heading toward us," shouted a panicked voice. "Evacuate major worlds. Do we fire? Do we hide?" But none of it mattered, because someone had already made a bold decision. In secret, a famous alien mercenary named Varkle had accepted a private mission: board the human ship and find out what's inside. Varkle was no fool. He had survived battles across 10 systems. He wasn't afraid of death, but he respected it. And this human ship felt like pure death. Still, credits were credits, and the Council offered a fortune. So he prepared. A stealth pod was launched from a cloaked station nearby. Silent, invisible, slipping past the edge of the human ship's detection range. No alarms, no response. He attached the pod to the lower hull and drilled through. Slowly, carefully. Once inside, he stepped into darkness. The hallway was quiet, cold. Lights flickered faintly above. The walls were made of old metal, thick, scarred, and blackened from past battles. It didn't look high-tech. It looked ancient and deadly. He crept forward, scanning every surface. No signs of life. No crew. No footsteps. Just empty halls. Until he reached a door. It hissed open on its own. Inside was a large chamber. At the center stood a control chair, and sitting in it was a human. A woman. Still. Silent. Eyes closed. Sleeping. Varkle muttered. He raised his weapon. Then her eyes opened. Bright. Cold. Focused. Before he could move, she spoke without moving her mouth. "You are not authorized." Varkle froze. His body wouldn't move. His muscles locked. What are you?" he gasped. She stood up. No weapons, no armor, just a human in a dark uniform. And yet, she radiated something powerful, something wrong. "You came here to steal knowledge," she said calmly. "So I'll give you a gift instead." She touched a panel. The walls lit up, showing hundreds of screens. Varkle watched, and what he saw broke his mind. Earth's secret history, wars no one remembered, weapons that destroyed moons, human soldiers walking through plasma fire without stopping, ships made to erase entire fleets with no sound. And worst of all, a list. Names of alien species, dates, punishment schedules. The Council's name was on the list. So was Varkle's. The woman leaned closer. "You laugh at our warships," she whispered, "but we never designed them to fight equals." She walked away as alarms echoed in the distance. Varkle collapsed to his knees, his mind spinning. The last thing he heard before he blacked out was her voice, echoing through the ship. "We never planned to rule the galaxy, only to survive it." Then silence. His pod was thrown from the ship like garbage. He woke up days later, shaking, crying, broken. And when the Council questioned him, he said only one thing: "That ship isn't a weapon. It's a graveyard waiting to be filled." The Galactic Council was out of time. Commander Xirak slammed the table. "We can't sit and wait for human fleets to arrive. We strike now, secretly, before it's too late." The others hesitated. "We saw what one ship can do," said a quiet voice. "What happens when they send 100? Xirak didn't care. "That's exactly why we act now. We don't fight their fleet. We destroy their gate. If Earth can't send reinforcements, this war ends before it begins." And so, a plan was born. A shadow fleet of elite stealth ships was launched. No official markings. No Council flags. If they were caught, the Council would deny everything. Their mission: destroy the ancient wormhole gate hidden on the edge of neutral space, the one Earth used to send its warships. They moved fast, silent, invisible. They reached the gate in just 2 days, and for a moment, everything seemed too easy. No guards, no traps, just the silent, ancient human-built gate spinning slowly in the dark. The commander of the Shadow Fleet gave the order, "Destroy it." Dozens of missiles launched. They struck the gate, direct hits. But the gate didn't break. Instead, it opened. A blinding light burst out. Energy swirled across space. The fleet was caught off guard. And then, they saw it. Not one ship, not 10, hundreds. Human warships poured through the gate. Sleek, black, glowing with red lines. Some were the size of cities. Others were shaped like weapons themselves. The lead ship broadcasted a simple message. "We detected hostile fire near a Terran gateway. Defensive protocols activated." The alien fleet turned to escape. It was already too late. One human battleship fired a single pulse beam. In 1 second, 20 alien ships vanished. No flames, no wreckage, just gone, deleted from existence. The remaining ships screamed for help, but their signals were cut off. They were wiped out, every last one. Back at the council chamber, alarms blared. Panic spread. "They're here," someone yelled. "They're not just sending warnings anymore. They're mobilizing." Tarlan stood at the edge of the chamber, watching a live feed of the gate. "They gave us a chance," he whispered. "They told us not to fire." Commander Xirak shouted, "This is war. They want to conquer us." But Tarlan shook his head. "No. If they wanted to conquer us, we'd already be gone." He turned to the room. "They're not here for conquest. They're here for justice." Outside, across the stars, more Terran ships exited the gate, moving into position around known council space. And Earth finally sent a second message to the entire galaxy. Final warning. Any aggression toward humanity will be met with force. Surrender is your only option.